The mischievous trickster Loki was in an unusually mischievous mood. In his prankster ways, he decided to cut off the beautiful golden hair of Sif, who happened to be Thor's wife. When Thor discovered this, his hot temper flared up, and he seized Loki, threatening to harm him severely. Panicking, Loki begged Thor for mercy and proposed a solution. He asked Thor to let him go and seek help from the dwarves, and asked the skilled craftsmen if they could craft a new head of hair for Sif, even more magnificent than before. Thor reluctantly agreed to this idea, and so Loki set off on his journey to the realm of the dwarves. Loki managed to convince the sons of the dwarf Ivaldi to create not only a new head of hair for Sif, but also two extraordinary marvels: Skidbladnir, an unparalleled ship that could fit into a pocket and always had a favorable wind, and Gungnir, the deadliest of all spears. Having succeeded in obtaining these treasures, Loki's mischievous desires grew stronger. He came across two other dwarves, Brock and Eitri, and taunted them, claiming that they could never create anything as remarkable as the items made by the sons of Ivaldi. He even wagered his own head on their inability to match the craftsmanship. As Brock and Eitri continued their work in the forge, a sly fly, who was none other than Loki in disguise, began to interfere. The mischievous Loki stung Eitri's hand while he was working with a piece of gold. To their astonishment, when Eitri pulled the creation out of the fire, it transformed into a living boar with radiant golden hair. This extraordinary creature was named Gullinbursti, and it possessed the ability to emit light even in the darkness, and could outrun any horse, be it on land, water, or in the air. Undeterred by Loki's previous prank, Eitri set another piece of gold on the fire, while Brock diligently operated the bellows. However, the cunning fly managed to bite Brock on the neck this time. Despite the distraction, Eitri skillfully fashioned an enchanting ring named Draupnir. This magical ring held a unique property. Every 9th night, it would produce 8 new golden rings, each of equal weight. With the completion of these marvelous creations, Eitri decided to work with iron for their next project. He warned Brock that they must exercise extreme caution, as any mistakes could prove disastrous. But Loki was relentless in his meddling and stung Brock's eyelid, causing blood to block the dwarf's vision, impairing his ability to see clearly. Nevertheless, Eitri persisted and forged a remarkable hammer named Mjolnir. This extraordinary weapon was unparalleled in its quality, never missing its mark, and had the incredible ability to return to its owner like a boomerang. However, there was one flaw. Its handle turned out to be a bit too short. Despite this setback, Eitri lamented that the flaw had nearly ruined the masterpiece. Eitri sent Brock to Asgard with the treasures, telling him, "Tell the gods the mysteries of these treasures. Go with Loki to Asgard and claim that schemer's head." Loki and Brock slowly crossed the shining fields of Asgard with their treasures. Loki wasted no time in recounting his exploit in the realm of the dwarfs, boasting of exploiting their envy and greed to secure 6 gifts for the gods. An agreement was reached that Odin, Thor, and Freyr would determine whether Eitri or the sons of Ivaldi were the superior smiths. Loki then displayed his treasures. Loki gave Odin the spear called Gungnir, saying it always hits its target. Odin held the spear, looking powerful. Loki suggested it could be used to start wars among mortals. Loki showed Freyr the boat named Skidbladnir. It can carry all the gods, sail when wind-filled, and be taken apart for storage. Loki quickly took it apart, making it small like a purse. Loki's third gift, a skein of flowing golden hair, was for Sif. He assured her that it would make her as beautiful as before when worn. Thor's wife took the hair from Loki, examining it and then placing it on her head. Joyful cheers erupted, confirming Loki's words. Brock then revealed his offerings. The arm ring Draupnir was for Odin. For Freyr, the remarkable boar Gullinbursti. Lastly, the hammer Mjolnir was Brock's gift to Thor, an unbreakable, all-powerful weapon that could even be concealed. Odin, Thor, and Freyr swiftly declared the hammer Mjolnir the most valuable, capable of defending the gods against giants. Odin awarded Brock victory, leading to Loki's panicked attempt to bargain his head for gold, which Brock rejected. Thor couldn't bear to witness Brock's humiliation. He swiftly stood and left his seat, exiting in a storm. The gods and Brock awaited his return, and after a while Thor came back, dragging Loki with him. As Brock advanced, Loki interrupted, asserting that while his head was in play, his neck was off limits. The gods grinned, concurring that Loki had outwitted Brock. Despite his growing anger, Brock was resolute in silencing Loki's deceitful speech. He attempted to sew Loki's mouth shut, his determination unwavering, As Brock tried to use a knife to pierce Loki's lips, the blade's sharpness failed to even draw blood. Remaining composed, Loki seemed confident in his triumph, yet was taken aback by Brock's unyielding resolve. Brock knew his brother's awl would prove effective in this endeavor. Almost instantly, Eitril's awl appeared at his feet. Brock picked it up, finding it sharp enough to puncture Loki's lips. The dwarf threaded the leather cord through the holes, sewing shut the trickster's mouth. Loki dashed from the hall, tearing the thong from the holes and letting out a yelp of pain. For a time he lingered outside, attuned to the joyful buzz emanating from the hall, an orchestra of delight. As moments passed, thoughts of vengeance crept into the schemer's mind, and a sinister smile gradually curved upon his lips.